So here we are in the Mac20Q iMac desktop. I thought it'd be interesting to go through the line of applications that we have sitting up in the menu. First of all, here is my screen recording software, which is ScreenFlow, and I've got it recording at the moment, obviously, because I'm making a screencast. I can tell it to stop record, pause, configure recording, or do whatever. Obviously the configure recording you can only do before you start recording, so that's quite handy. So the next one in there is this one from Yoink. Yoink is a useful application if you're using any other application and you're using it full screen and you want to be able to do some dragging and dropping. Okay, so I'm in Finder and I want to move clippings.txt into another application. Then what I'd need to do is start moving it. My Yoink is over there, so I drop that into that there, and then I can go into the application that I've got that is full screen. Let's drag it and drop it. Let's drop it into the Wizard Gold notebook, and it's going in there. It's the clippings note, and I click on close. How useful is that then? So there's the note I just dragged and dropped in using Yoink. Now this one here is called PopClip, and PopClip is a really useful little thing, and let me just show you how it works. First of all, if this then that. Let's go to the tasks. So for instance, if I want to select this text here, you'll see that above it, as I've just selected it, up comes cut, copy and paste. But if I was in a text application, I could paste it in. So let's just copy that. Then we'll open up TextMate. I've got my paste comes up there on the screen as soon as I tap on my trackpad, and what I've just selected gets pasted into TextMate. So that is some cut and copy or pasting done very, very easily using PopClip. Very useful tool. The next one on the list over here is SpiderOak. SpiderOak is a super application which is creating a backup of a whole pile of my files, and it's a bit like Dropbox in some ways. So anything I put into a certain folder is going to be sent off to SpiderOak and be backed up and kept saved. So I can keep all that's happening in this application here. I can see what's been backed up. I'm backing up whatever's in my documents folder. I can choose whatever other folders I want there. At the moment I've got 5 gigabytes of space available, and I've got 2.5 gigabytes uploaded. I would suggest to you that it's a good application to have if you are interested in having an online backup of some of your stuff. You can do synchronizations, and you can even do shares with it as well. I generally tend to use it just for doing the online backups. It's a free service and you can buy more space if you want to, but 5 gigabytes for free, well worth getting, and it's good and secure as well. So that's SpiderOak. I've got Skype. Well, we all know about Skype, so we're not saying more about that. And then the next one after that is an application called Blast Utility, and this was an application that came free from somewhere. It's fairly useful because it keeps track of all the files that you've been using. So this one goes through everything that you've been using, whether you've been using, like there's an application I was using, I was just on YouTube, I've been through this, if this then that, which is pretty useful. Now let's have a look at Blast Help and see what we can do with this. And it's brought up this thing here which tells us what we can do in Blast. So we can filter the files by kind. We can look at all files, documents, we can look at just images, we can look at movies, we can look at audio files, folders, applications, and we've got a menu over here that we can look into as well. And over in this sidebar here we can have fast access. So if we want to have a quick access to a documents folder, we just drag it and drop it into this bit here, and then you can drag files from here into various places that you've got set up in here. So kind of like a menu bar finder in some ways for doing things quickly with files. So in this moment, if I want to say just images that I've been looking at or working on, I've got them all there. So if I want to look at this one here, Jack with gun, double click on that and that will open up. There it is. So that's Blast Utility. Next one on the list is Dropbox. I've got my 10.2 gigabytes of space available there. Dropbox, don't really need to say much more about that because, well, you're a user of Dropbox by now, of course. Then the next one on the list, we've got the Keyboard Maestro. Now, Keyboard Maestro lets me do fancy things and lets me do it quickly. So let me launch Keyboard Maestro Editor. So here we are in Keyboard Maestro, and I'll set something up in Keyboard Maestro so that in multi-markdown I can do something. So for instance, if I am in TextMate and I decide that I would like to have this in bold, then I use the keystroke that I've set up for that, which is Control Option and B. Now that is in bold in multi-markdown. So when I convert that into HTML text, that will be in bold, but it's still totally readable when it's here in the text editor that you prefer to use, which is TextMate. Control Option I, and now that is set to be in italics. So that's a couple of little things I've done in Keyboard Maestro to use with text. I've got other things I can do with this as well. For instance, if I want to have these 3 lines of text set into 1 line instead, all I've got to do is do K// and that's done that for me. And I can select things from here. So that thing I've just did here, keyword to line, I can do that there. If I'm working in a markdown document and I want to set the document so that it's got a reference link, then I click on that one there. And I can also use this to go to recent applications I've had open. I can use this to go to running applications. I can use this to get into my applications folder. So I can use this as an application launcher, but it is a bit on the slow side, so I'm probably more likely to use Alfred to do that. I've got access to all my utilities there as well. So that's the Keyboard Maestro. If you found this video anywhere near useful, why don't you click on that like button in YouTube and just let us know that you've enjoyed it and found it useful, and tell other people as well. And also don't forget to subscribe so that you're the first to know next time I put out more Mac20Q videos. Bye bye now.